All right, everyone is done. Here's the leaderboard. So I guess today's recording will be for the benefit of probably, I think, about 3 or 4 of you who are not here. Yeah, 4 of you who are not here. Okay, all right, awesome. So everyone knows, you're very much aware of this. So lithium ion is the one that is being used the most today for many different reasons. Number one, obviously, because of its capacity. Number two is because of it being very lightweight and being able to store higher capacity. Everything else here, of course, are the ones which are the older technologies that we've seen. Yes, we still have a lot of alkaline batteries today, but then the ones which are used more within devices nowadays is basically referring to lithium ion. Okay. All right, next question. How is virtual reality used in medicine? How is virtual reality used in medicine? Okay, all right. So another question that all of the answers are correct. So as you can see here, I think the other 3 answers, there's no issues there. All of you are definitely aware of it for training and learning purposes, for simulating certain organs, for you to basically see what they are like, and then in comparison to what you're looking at, right? So you can be able to basically see what's the difference and what should you watch out for. For remote surgeries as well. So as we know, in terms of telemedicine or telehealth, virtual reality is quite important to then simulate the actual environment to the doctor, to the surgeon, so that they know exactly what they're dealing with. The one that I guess most of you are not aware of is for pain management. Actually, there's a lot of aspects of VR that is being used today, which is very psychologically related. Yeah. So for pain management here, it's a lot to do with psychology, which means they use and they utilize virtual reality so that you don't feel like you're in an environment that is and you are feeling the pain as much as you are. So one of the main examples that is always being shown in for VR for pain management is, for example, for a burn victim. Yeah, for a 3rd degree or 2nd degree burn victim who is going through treatment, who's going through a lot of those aspects. So they can actually experience virtual reality to take their mind off their pain. All right. One of the main issues that actually most medical centers will know, most hospitals will know, is that when their patients are there, you don't feel as comfortable because you know you're in a hospital, you're not at home and things like that, right? So that's why you see more and more medical centers today, they especially the private sectors, they are changing their look as much as they can. They change that a lot, right? You feel much more comfortable. When you walk into a private hospital, it feels like you're walking into a hotel lobby instead. The feel is very different nowadays. So because they know if you walk in and with the smells and with the environment around, you see just bodies being transported to left and right, it gives you a very, very different feeling. So VR is basically being used, of course, for the more serious issues. And as I highlighted, it's like a burn victim, for example, so that it take their mind off the treatment that they're going through, right? So VR is a lot to be, being used for that, and even for psychologists and psychiatrists to then use it to complement their treatments as well. Yeah. So hopefully you find that out today. All right. So another question under manufacturing technology. Self-healing concrete technology utilizes living bacteria or microorganisms. Is this true or false? All right, just on time. Okay, I think most of you got this right. So for those of you, for the 3 of you who did not know, and the 23 of you, which I hope you know and you're not just randomly guessing. So self-healing concrete utilizes a certain bacteria or microorganism that is able to form those kind of structure, right? So they are being applied to areas where where it is cracked. Actually, is within the concrete itself, and it will be able to form that bond across. So that's why it's being considered a self-healing concrete. Yeah. All right, I've shown you 1 or 2 pictures, if I recall, from last week's lecture as well. Next question. Last mile robots. So this was under transportation technology, for those of you who remember. Last mile robots are mainly used to transport the following, except for what? So if there's a picture here, if it helps you to identify certain things. Ooh, I'm not sure who was not able to get through. Sorry, I couldn't stop the timer in time. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Oh, that's interesting. No one answered food. So I would like to assume that all of you know that last mile robots do deliver food as well. Domino's Pizza has in the US at least has been one of the leading companies who have been trying all of this out. Domino's was also the same company who has tried using drones for their pizza delivery as well. Yeah. Same thing goes here, of course, in relation to small goods, postal items. I think I saw someone mentioning something in the message. Oh, Sada is saying, I'm curious about pain management. I don't like the smell of hospital. I was lost in the picture. All right. I thought that helped. Looks like it made things worse for you. Small goods, postal items. So mainly last mile robots are always for goods and products. Yeah, they are more known for goods and products, and that's why they come in a certain size. Their efficiency is based on their size and in terms of how and what terrain they can actually travel in. Yeah, the number one item that last mile robots are definitely not involved with is definitely human beings. Yeah, they're not there to then transport that. Maybe in the near future they will start to do so, but currently in the category of last mile robots is not something that is common. Yeah. All right, awesome. Next one. Car manufacturing falls under what production system? So if you recall, we went through all the 3 production systems. There is low, there is medium, and there is high, right? So in other words, one is called job shop, the medium is called batch, high production system is called mass production, yeah? So which one would a car fall under? Let me just find out from you guys, when you see the question and you are allowed to choose more than one answer, you can see the difference of the question, right? Are you able to see notice the difference that this is a more than one answer question and then another question is only one answer? Are you able to see it? I just wanted to find out for my own curiosity as well. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Z. Thank you, Fatih, Cheng Hao. All right. So it looks like you will know and you will get to see that. All right. Okay. So the reason I put this question here, because I need you to see that there are some products, depending on the organization, depending on the company, it may fall into a different type of production system. A product is not necessarily just one particular production system alone, even though, yes, most of them will be. Like last week, some of you guys in class, some of you were identifying like designer items, like high fashion, or you identify very expensive cars. Then I understand you will go towards job shop. Yeah, but most car manufacturing, of course, fall under mainly batch production and as well as high production. Okay, good. Last question. Which of the following would be considered an emerging technology? Which of the following will be considered an emerging technology? So for the rest of you, or at least for the three of you earlier said yes. Sardar said, I thought it's a fill in the blank, so I just choose one. That was confusing. Oh, okay. So Sardar, do identify. If you do not know how to see it, ask Zi, ask El Alam, ask Cheng Hao, to ask them to tell them for them to tell you how to identify if the question is a multiple choice or the question is just one particular choice of an answer. Yeah. Because for some of you to be able to identify it, I think there should be a difference as and when you see it. Okay. All right. So this is just more of this is more of for you to just provide your choices. This is for a polling purposes. I thought I had an answer here, but anyway. So a lot of you highlighted 4D printing. Of course, then there's answers into cryptocurrency, into edge computing, into Internet of Things as well. So a lot of these are basically emerging as of now. Yeah, there's more and more applications coming along with it. So again, it's just something for you to highlight. Now, depending on how you justify it, right? There's two technologies here you can consider as not just emerging, you can actually consider them leaning more towards new technology. 4D printing is one. There's even now talks about 5D printing already. And the other one is edge computing. Yeah. Edge computing, in terms of its terminology, the term itself, edge computing is basically serverless technology. Yeah. Can you imagine everything we do now online? There must be a server involved somewhere. You are accessing through a server somewhere. But can you imagine if you take those out, right? So the infrastructure is slightly a bit different. How you access information on the internet is going to be a bit different and so on. Yeah. So Sardar is asking, what is Internet of Things? All right. So if you are interested enough, you should go and find out. But the name is actually representing what it is supposed to do. Internet of Things is basically, in simple words, yeah, Sardar. You are putting internet into things. Yeah, you are making sure all the things around you can be connected to the internet. So currently, of course, there is already a lot of things connected to the internet, but there can be more. We're not just talking about your air condition connecting to the internet, your fridge or your washing machine, not or your television. Those are a bit more common, right? But think about other things. Can you connect? If I connect the classroom door behind me that you can see here, if I connect the classroom door to the internet, can you imagine what are the possibilities in terms of the functionality now? Yeah. So anyone will be able to monitor, hey, is the door open or the door closed? You can find out how many different aspects of how many different times the door has opened and closed, which basically means someone was going in and going out and things like that. All right. Yuan Ming came in to say it's about the system that built up the internet, shortcut IoT. Oh, like Bluetooth sort of thing. Not necessarily Bluetooth, yeah. So it can connect in many different ways. There's Bluetooth, there's infrared, there is Wi-Fi, there is RFID, right? The list is quite a lot, and it's not just limited to us connecting through Wi-Fi and connecting through Bluetooth anymore today. Okay, all right, awesome. A simple Google and if you view, this is what I like to do. I normally don't go through all the wordings I see on when I Google search. I like to do this first. I go into this and I notice I get information much more faster. If I click on this, then I will get to see, okay, let's just check out what is this about. This looks like a big image, so it might load a bit longer. Then I can come into this, hopefully to see it a bit bigger. And then see, okay, so this is much more easier for me to look at rather than me going through links, reading and so on. I'd rather go through this and to see that, oh, wow, IoT can be used for so many different things. Yeah. Which, thanks to Sardar's question, brings me to the next thing I wanted to do is to get you to answer a question. Oh yeah, before that, I will pair that together with your break after this. Yeah. So while you're taking a break, you can also do this search after this as well. So this is done. Let me end the question and for you to see who your top three are. Oh yeah, so that's why I was wondering why it was all blue earlier. So as you can see, the correct answers is this. But for 4D printing, I would leave it more leaning towards a new technology, right? Emerging technology, I will consider 3D printing. So 3D printing is emerging because then it is about to go, that it is quite, it's not available everywhere yet, but it's very much moving towards that. So that's why 4D printing is not considered an emerging technology here. It will fall more under a new technology. All right. Okay, next question. Sorry, I think it's the last question. So just to show you who your top three are. So there's Cheng Yu, there's Wei Huan, and then there's Cheng Hao. Are the two brothers working together at home to answer this? All right. So now I did remember asking all of you to register for the quizzes class. Yeah. And that is what I wanted to address now quickly. So if you see, after you are done with an activity, I can actually just click here to then just send all of this result to your email, and you will get to review the questions. You get to see which one did you get wrong, what was the right answer. So you get to review it again. But I noticed there's quite a lot of you who did not put in your email, which I do not know why. So let me go into that. I'm not sure if you have already include yourself into the class. Will you still be able to add in your email now? As far as I'm aware of, you can. So if I go to PT, there's supposed to be actually about 70 of you. I only noticed there's about 52 of you here. I will just scroll down these, and hopefully you should be able to find and identify your name from it. But the main thing I need you to understand is that if there's an email there, then at least I can just send it over. But there are some names here, as you can see, there are all no emails. All right, I'm not sure whether it's from this tutorial or the other tutorial, but I'm just showing you this so that you can see it. If yours do not have an email, please ensure you include the email there. If you're not even in this class now, please make sure that you are. Reach out to me and I will let you know how to join the class. Yeah. I think most of you are already here, so that should not be an issue. I shared this link before as well. Yeah. So if you're not in, please let me know. This is important later because this is where I can actually assign you a lot of materials where you can go through on your own. This will also be important for your revision later. For example, the first few weeks of class is important for your class tests. Yeah. So I will assign, the lecture that we go through. Every time we run through the lecture, I have questions in between, right? Your lecture slides, the PowerPoint slides obviously don't have these questions. So at least when you go through this, when I assign it to the class, when I go through this, it's easier for you to look at them and you are able to go through the questions again as well to ask you to basically run through it as well. All right. So that's the main thing I need to find out. If you're not in this class, please do so immediately and let me know. All right, so we are done with the first two things. I will want to quickly go through and review your week 2 task. One point is here, I noticed everyone did not do this, didn't do this before, but do this from now on. I would like to see some references at the bottom. Maybe I should change this. For now, maybe the format is not too important to me. I want to see where your references are coming from. Yeah, every time you do your research on a weekly basis, your work is on top. At the end of your work, just dump in some links and to show me where your information came from. Yeah, I would want to see that from now on. So please take note of that. Yeah. So there's an update to this line. If it's not in APA format, I'm still not going to be too picky about it. It's not really an issue. But I would prefer that if it is at least a link being provided down there. I haven't checked your work yet, but it looks to me that all the 15 groups, including of your class and the other class, the other tutorial class, have already submitted your work. But as far as I'm aware of, so let's say if I'm looking at, who was I looking at earlier? All right, so let's say I just look at Black Lion SpaceX. Who is this? Ziyen. So I'll just come here and look for Ziyen. Oh, I don't see Ziyen. Oh yeah, sorry, it's here. All right, so this is my view. What I will do, because you just submitted this 2 days ago on Sunday night, I will take this week to then just run through the work. I will read through it, and then I'll just give you a few feedback here and there. Yeah, but that's why the first thing I wanted to do, because I know you are working on your next task already, I want you to identify as well, put in some links and to show me where your information is coming from. All right, okay. Whether your work is going to be too long, there's too much information in it, and so on and so forth, you will see me leaving you a comment basically later on. Yeah, all right. So that is important for you to consider as well. So milestones, history. For the first 2 weeks, normally there's not much of an issue because most of your information is quite directly from whatever the sources that you found it from. There is not much work to necessarily do except for you filtering out the right information that I was asking for. Yeah. So okay, all right, good. I just wanted to see another group. Hold on, yeah. Oops. Oh, I was showing you the other group. Oh my God. Let me just go into, yeah, Huawei, Red Wolf, Tang Kai Feng. So if I look for, it's easier. Oh, who submitted on your group's behalf then? Was it someone else? Or this group did not submit? It's times like this I will find out that you didn't submit, yeah? Can I hear from the group? What happened? I submitted. I think the issue is you did not click submit, Kai Feng. If you notice, right? If you notice other students, right? You notice theirs is written turned in. In your case, it's not written turned in, it's written viewed only. So once you upload the document, you need to click and to make sure that you submit it. Otherwise, I won't be able to see it. To me, it doesn't show that you are turned yet that you have turned it in. Can you do it now, please, Kai Feng? It should update on my end once you do it. So if you notice other groups, when they have submitted it, it's shown as turned in. So it's very clear to show as turned in. You see, like for example, Yuan Meng here, it shows that it's turned in. Then I go in, I get to see the document and so on. So until you do that, it will not be shown on my end. And of course, it shows me clearly here, when did you turn in, what time is it, and so on and so forth. Yeah. All right, so I do see some links here and there. I understand this is a draft, so this is not an issue to me. Yeah, if you didn't type it in an essay yet, no problem. I have no issues with that. I'm more concerned of just running through to roughly see what your content is about. Now, I need to make this clear to everyone as well. I'm not checking word by word, yeah? You have to understand that I'm not checking word by word and evaluating your work per se. I'm just overall seeing that you are at least on the right way, at least you are you are basically on the right track per se. Yeah. It looks like this group has gone more and to do other things as well. Is it? No. Tesla versus Waymo auto driving system. Why are you doing a comparison here? Is there a reason for this, Yuan Ming? Am I in the right
The
class?
question is asking like we need to compare that Tesla is more better than other device, is it not?
I don't really recall that though. Talk to me after this. Talk to me after this because
Okay,
this
okay.
doesn't look like it's really required. Okay. All right. But anyway, I will leave you a feedback and comment as we go anyway, to quickly just let you know that. On the other hand, there was another group I wanted to just quickly review. I think it was this group, NVIDIA. So it's Wei Huan. Okay, I see Wei Huan here is turned in. So this was something that the group has also came up to me and to clarify in terms of whether you are doing a research on a product, which is something physical, or is it on an infrastructure, which is a service or a software and things like that. Yeah. So this goes out to other groups as well. it is for you, it is basically for you to then say that it is, I need you to basically identify that, because then it is important for you to justify which one is it. Yeah, you do not need to do both, that's for sure. You just need to choose one. If you want to focus on it being a service or a software, do that. If you want to focus on it being a product or a physical item that you want to break down and so on, do that. That's totally up to you. Yeah. So this goes out to the rest of the groups as well. All right, Samuel mentioned in the chat, no wonder it said assignment due, even though I placed the file in already. What does that mean? No wonder it said assignment due, even though I placed the file in already. Oh. Okay, so let me just try refreshing this. Maybe, I'm not sure if Kai Feng has done it or not. Okay. So there are two groups who have turned in late. The good thing for you is that this is your first time. So I will not make it an issue. But from this week onwards, if it's late, it's going to be considered late. Yeah, your weekly submission has marks to it. Yeah. So do take this a bit more seriously and make sure things are done on time. I decided to turn everything into a Sunday due date because it's much more easier. Because otherwise, I'm looking at your group every Tuesday. I'm looking at the other group every Friday. It's a bit more confusing on my end. So it's much more easier if we do this. If anyone else is here and you haven't turned in as well, please make sure. With the addition of Kai Feng and Samuel, I now have, I think, 17 submissions. But I only got 15 groups. This is the funny thing. Anyway, so I will find out later. Please do not have more than one member submitting it. Yeah, I made it very clear. It's only one member to submit, and please ensure that. Okay, and the person submitting is basically the group, the team leader, and these are the names that was given to me. So please ensure that these are the people who will be submitting from now on. Yeah. So there is Samuel, VN, Kai Feng, Ziyi, Uzma, Wei Huan, and as well as Yuan Ming. All right. We are done here. So let's move on to your, let me just quickly brief you on what is the next week's task. So that's what we are going to do next. Oops. So let's just go through week 4 task briefing, which is something you have to work on as of now. And again, you're submitting this next week. All right, so you always see where I go and get the document. Therefore, you should know exactly where it is by now. Okay, so we are covering internet technology next week. But for now, you can do your research because this is something that you do not really need to go through the lecture in order to do this task. So if you see here, this is called technology and the web. Yeah, so this is called technology and the web. So what are you supposed to do? This is nothing too difficult as well. But as being highlighted here, you are trying to see how is the internet assisting the technology. The question is high level enough for you to understand. And of course, the points underneath will give you a clearer picture. So as you can see here, it says promotion and awareness of the technology. So you need to show where is this technology being spoken about. You can use the official website of your company. You can use related blogs, you can use related forums. So obviously you have to screenshot these and to show that you see there is a lot of talks about this technology because you need to show that this technology is still relevant today and is still very important and people are talking about it. So that's the first point. Second point, so services provided. What are the services that is provided in relation to this technology? Yeah. So the 2 points underneath, it says there, feedback from users, technical support. So some will be websites that shows you frequently asked questions for you to know about the technology. Some even shows you review and testimonials that comes from their users. A lot of the bigger companies, they love doing that as well. For example, the one that I know of definitely is like Tesla. Yeah, you can find a lot of platforms online to then feature and to show that these are the feedback from the users, and Tesla is then featuring those. Yeah, so that is one example of it. The third point is general information on the internet. So this one, I will push you towards identifying even social media. Yeah, a lot of companies today is heavily utilizing social media. All right, so you can go through social media, you can even go through their YouTube official pages. Now, I do not want you to just to only screenshot and to show that this is Amazon's Facebook page, this is Amazon's Instagram, this is am I using the right company? Let me just see if I do not want you to just, for example, find out that this is Uber's Facebook page, this is Uber's Twitter, and this is Uber's Instagram. All right, I do not want you to just stop there. You need to feature one of them and then speak about what kind of information they provide there. Because then when you are highlighting that, then you are answering the question. Then you are answering the question, how exactly is the internet assisting the technology? All right, so this task is not too difficult as well. It's quite straightforward. So what you need to do, you need to point out the strength, and you can also point out the weakness to see whether it is answering the question or not, whether it is really assisting the technology, or is it doing something worse for the technology. Some of it you will find, maybe you'll find a certain social media page, or you'll find a YouTube account, or you will find some social media sites to then that is dedicated to just talk bad about the technology and company. You might find that out as well. Consider both. Not just the one that talk about its advantages, but the ones that talk about its weakness as well. All right. So that's why at the bottom here it says, does the website assist in relating information regarding the technology? Or of course, in this case, it can be either a service or product, right? Does it really help in doing that? Or is it actually trying to highlight what is the weakness of the technology instead? Or does it highlight what are the main advantages of it? If you notice nowadays, when there are reviewers, right? When there are YouTubers doing reviews nowadays, they try to be unbiased as much as they can, right? They don't just highlight what is good about the technology, they highlight what is bad about the technology as well. All right, so this week's task is a bit more fun, I would say, but it's still something that will take a bit of your time to then find out. So make sure is varied, yeah? So if you notice, the first one is just mainly focusing on websites, promotion and awareness of the technology, mainly focusing on websites. Second one is we'll then start going into something specific. Is there any technical support provided? Are there any websites that explain how the technology works in terms of feedback from users? So you cover that. Last but not least, like I said, for this one, I will push you a bit more towards social media. So cover YouTube, cover Facebook if necessary, or Twitter, or Instagram, or even if they're on TikTok, go ahead as well, because all this relate towards technology and the web. Essentially, you are trying to establish whether there is a proper relationship between your technology and the internet and the web overall. Questions? I need to hear questions. So Sardar says in the chat, so we have to get the remarks of the critics. Yeah, if you want to highlight what is bad about the technology, you need to support it. And the only way you need to support it is basically to show that people has been talking and people have been criticizing the technology as such. Yeah, but remember, the focus here is not about talking about the strength and weakness of the technology, right? You will have a time later to then speak about that. But at this level, you want to focus on whether these information are online or not. Are they there on the internet? Yeah, because don't forget, the topic of your this week's task is technology and the web. It's just to show whether those information are there. All right. Sahan is asking, part 3, we have to find information on YouTube and Google from our topic, right? Yeah, that was what I just said, Sahan. And I gave you a bit more ideas to also utilize social media to find it. Yeah, because social media is where a lot of these companies and they talk a lot about their technologies today as well. They feature it there. They post it on their social media accounts as well. Yeah. All right. Good. Any more questions? I had a few pointers that I wanted to highlight earlier. So I've shown you this just now to confirm your team leader. I think all of you has basically provided that information to me. Submission through Teams assignment, feedback will be obtained there. I've highlighted that just now as well. The division of tasks. Now, I've noticed a lot of you have started doing this. You list out week 1 all the way to week 10. Then you ask your team members who wants to do what, right? I noticed a lot of you were doing that. But please ensure, you see, the second statement of mine is more important. Ensure group involvement is evident. Yeah, you still need to discuss with each other. You still need to finalize with each other. Yeah. And Sardar Sali says, so it is how the company contact with their customers using technology, and we have to identify the channels. Yep. Essentially, you're doing that, correct? But that is not the only thing you're doing. So if you notice just now from the guide, there are other areas you're covering as well. Yeah. So in terms of technical support, in terms of promotion and awareness, where do they do it? Right? They don't just do it in social media. They do it across websites. You can find out what other channels are available. All right. So good point highlighted there. So on this point, please make sure group involvement is evident. What do I mean by this? If one person, I'll just use a group as an example, easier for me to talk about. If, off the top, if Cheng Hao is in charge of week 2's task, yeah, everyone else in this group needs to know what's going on. If I ask Sing Fong about week 2, Sing Fong needs to answer it. Sing Fong cannot look at me and then say, I do not know anything about week 2's task because that is Cheng Hao's task. Then I go to week 3 and find out, okay, so who's in charge of week 3? Then I find out that Nihat is in charge of week 3. If I ask Yuan Ming, what is going on with week 3's task? Why did you use these answers and so on? Yuan Ming cannot look at me and say, oh, but sir, that is Nihat's task. If you do that, you are showing me that you did not do this group assignment as a group. It's called an individual assignment because each of you just do your own area, you finish it, and then you just submit it together. The only difference is you submit it together. I've noticed a lot of times students are doing that. So please ensure you do not do that. In your class, I noticed there's lesser meetings that's going on in your channels. I'm doing a slight comparison here, yeah, but this comparison is for your own good. In the other class, I noticed they do run a lot of meetings. Yeah, they sometimes they run a lot of meetings to clarify everything together, even though it's, yes, they do the same thing as you as well. They have one student in charge. It's fine for you to do that. But when it comes to compiling the information, everyone should be involved. It's not just that person's task to make sure they go and find everything and in relation to that weekly task. All right. So just please make sure you do that. If you're already doing it, awesome, good, go ahead. Continue doing that, yeah? I have to highlight this because I've been receiving a lot of questions through my chat, right? The one-on-one chat. One of you just asked me a question about the assignment and you want my response to it. I have replied to a lot of you to say that anything related to the assignment, please ask in the channel so that everyone gets to see it, right? All your other team members get to see it as well. And when you do that, then it becomes easier for them to also see what's going on. Yeah. So please help me to do that. All right. Okay. All right. So we move on. Sarah said, and also get feedback too. Do we have to identify feedback particularly? Yes. If you can, then please do so. Now, again, yeah, every week when we give you a guide, right? You may not necessarily follow this down to a T, right? And I think you understand what I mean. You don't necessarily follow it down right down to a T. I think I showed you a sample of, I forgot which was the first group I showed you just now. I think it wasn't Kai Feng, it was someone else that I showed just now. Yeah, I think it was Yen. If you guys notice, right, you don't necessarily need to use every single guide that I've provided to you. So if you notice this group, they go through across, there's a history or timeline, mission and vision, what are spacecrafts overall. So they identify it accordingly when it was first introduced, as you see in terms of that. Did they necessarily follow and to say that, oh, there must be A, B, C, D, E, F, and there must be A, B, C, D, E, F? No, this is supposed to be given to you as a guide. Some information here is to be combined. And I think a lot of you realize that because a lot of you came and asked me, sir, for point F, actually, what are we supposed to do? That is just an additional point there to highlight if you did not focus into a particular area, you need to. I have students who did communication technology and the whole introduction is just about communication technology. Then that becomes a problem because I asked them, communication is very huge. You need to go into a particular area of communication. Then they understood. And that's why I thought I needed to put this line there. But I realized now that I put this line there, a lot of you are getting even more confused Because for those of you who already are focused into one area, when you reach this question, you become more confused thinking what other areas should you focus into. Yeah. So that's why I'm highlighting here is that you do not necessarily need to follow point by everything you see here. You can go across and some of them can be combined. Feel free to do so. Yeah. Feel free to mix it up as you go as well. All right. Okay. All right. We are done. So I just wanted, actually the last thing to do today is just your 2 truths and a dream or wish. But I think I'll just give you a quick 5-minute break because I can also highlight to you at least who is going to go first now. And you need to prepare with your microphone and video. Yeah, your camera needs to be on. So at least I can tell you now so that you can go and prepare for it. So we will probably do, I'm hoping to do 4 of you to cover the next 4 people for this particular activity. So I hope the 4 of you can go and prepare after this. And the 4 of you are, I see the 3, oh yeah, there's 4 of you here, just nice. Who's this? El Alam, get ready. Saad, get ready. Crit, get ready. And Winky, get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we are done with this 4 and it's not 10 a.m. yet, I will go on to down here and continue, yeah? So there's, for example, Aaron and also Brian down here. So this 4, get ready. El Alam, Saad, Winky, and Crit. Yeah, so please go and get ready and make sure these are all working. Test your camera, do whatever you need to, and so on. Sardar mentioned in the chat, so we just briefly explain our particular technology for that point. Yeah, definitely. You can as well, no issues there. And as I've just highlighted, let's go for a quick 5-minute break and be back in 5 because the last thing for us to do today is just the 2 truths and a dream. Yeah. All right. So see you guys in 5. All right. So yeah, I realized I didn't play any music when I left earlier because I also went for a washroom break. Sada was saying play your favorite Malaysian song for the 5 minutes. I just wanted to feature them. They are called Paper Plane Pursuit. They are Malaysian. And I'm particularly featuring them as well because they are my classmates back from school. So if you are interested to find out what kind of songs do they play, you can go and check them out as well. So yeah. I should be getting money from them for promoting you in class. Sorry, for promoting them in class. Anyway, so let's move on. And the first person to go is. No, where did my mouse go? Okay, so we'll go back to this. Did I notice someone tried switching on their camera? El Alam, Fadi, are you there? Okay, no response. Just to find out, can everyone hear me? Please raise your hands.
Yes, sir. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, all right. Thank you. You can lower your hands. So El Alam, you mentioned that, but your camera is not on.
No, sir. Can you see me?
Okay, all right. I think now I see
Sir,
you.
my internet is so bad.
No issues. Understood. But as long as you can still speak and introduce yourself and go through your 3 statements now.
Oh,
Go
shit. Sir, my...
Okay. Thank you for swearing in class and it's recorded now. So what are we supposed to do now? Okay, all right. I'll move on to someone else first. Saad, can you go?
Hello, sir.
All right, awesome. I think everyone can see you. Great. So go introduce yourself and go through your 3 statements.
Hello, sir. My name is Mohammad Sashid and I'm from Karachi, Pakistan. So let me introduce my point that I've written over there. I played cricket tournament from my school side couple of times. I learned driving when I was 18 years old. I've done a world tour.
Let me just mute El Alam first. Oh, I don't need to mute him. He has left. All right, Saad, continue.
Sir, I've already done.
Okay, you're done.
Yes, sir.
All right, everyone can start voting. Which one do you think here by Saad is his wish or dream to do instead? Yeah. It kind of looked obvious in terms of what your dream or wish is. So, Bunny type there 3. Don't do that. You guys are all supposed to go and like the 3 numbers I just put in the chat. Otherwise, I have a very long list to look at and it's going to be too complicated. Yeah, I've already typed the 3 numbers there. Just like the one that you think is a dream or a wish. And suddenly Saad has gone missing. So Saad, I wanted to ask you a question. Where are you from in Karachi?
Yes, sir. Can you repeat?
I can't hear you, sorry.
Can you repeat, sir? What have you said?
Where are you from in Karachi?
I'm from Sindh, sir. Sindh.
Ah, okay. All right. Interestingly, that was where I was at quite a few years ago. But anyway, a majority seem to choose number 3. I think it's number 3 as well. Which one is your dream or wish?
So my dream is number 3 one.
Okay, quite the obvious wish by the looks of it. But how many countries have you gone to?
Almost 4, I think.
What does almost 4 mean?
Sir, I traveled to Malaysia, Dubai, Singapore,
okay,
and Turkey.
and Turkey. So which one was the almost? And Saad has muted himself. But anyway, all right. So what is this two about? You played cricket for your school, is it? You represented your school?
Yes, sir.
I see. And why is this an interesting statement about yourself? I learned driving when I was 18 years old.
Sir, when I turned to 18, so I just learned driving. My father taught me how to drive a car.
It sounds like you don't have a license yet.
I have a license, sir, and now I'm 21 right now.
I see. Okay. All right. What is the driving limit, the age limit in Pakistan?
Sir, 18 above.
Oh, it is 18 as well. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Saad. I'll move down to Crit. Crit, are you there?
Thank you, sir, for having me.
No problem.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Crit, are you there?
Yes, yes. Hi, this is Crit, sir. Do I need to open my
Okay.
camera? Yeah.
I can't see you. Your camera is not on. Ah,
Maybe it's
okay.
a bit
Now I
too
see
dark.
you. Now I see you. It just started loading on my end. No, it's okay. It's okay. I can still see your face by the looks of it. So introduce yourself and go through your three statements, yeah?
Hi, my name is Kritakon Lee. I am Malaysian. I'm living in KL, born in Kelantan, not in Thailand. But I'm part Thai, half Thai, that's why my name is Kritakon. So I've danced with my friends in front of an audience of 600 people. I can speak more than 5 languages, and I've represented a state for a sports competition. That's all.
Okay, so everyone can start liking and to see which statement is the dream or wish. Yeah. Interestingly, so Crit, you said you are Malaysian. You are born in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So where did the Thai name came from then?
My ancestors probably means like my
Oh.
parents, my grandparents are all born in Malaysia, but in my birth cert it's written Siamese, Siam. So I'm pretty sure it's like long time ago. Maybe some people from Thai came to
So you mean
Kelantan.
maybe about 2, 3, or 4 generations ago, you were Siamese. Your ancestors were Siamese.
Probably. I didn't really ask
Probably.
much about it. I just know that I'm born here and I'm part Thai, half Thai.
Okay, all right. Interestingly, I would like to ask whether you speak Thai, but I will find out later because one of your statements says you speak more than 5 languages, but we shall find it out in a bit. So, oh wow, there's a thorn between your second statement and third statement because 8 of your classmates says you shouldn't be able to speak more than 5 languages. But Crit, which one is the dream or wish?
The middle and number 2.
I see. Okay, so how many language can you speak actually?
I mean, for now, 3 as normal Malaysian, 3 Chinese, English, Malay so far.
Chinese, English, and Malay. I see. Were there languages that you intend to learn and speak?
I kind of want to learn Thai because it's my race, but haven't got to learn it because I'm still procrastinating on it. I want to learn Korean because I watch a lot of Korean content. I indulge a lot of like Korean variety shows, Korean dramas, K-pop
I
stuff,
see.
and Japanese also. Yes, because I
Ah,
wish to go to Japan also, and I watch a lot of Japan content, anime, so on and so forth. And hope to
all
expand more
properly.
languages.
Yeah, definitely. All of them sounds like they were properly motivated, mainly because you are watching their content. Yeah.
Yes.
What was the first one about? I dance with
Uh,
my friends.
I just took it from you, sir. Since you said you perform, I was not sure why it's interesting. I performed with my friends for like a school event once. Yeah, it was about 600 and above people. It's a school event, quite big. That's about it.
I think I dropped out of the call for a bit. What dance was this?
It's just a dance performance for one school event.
What type of dance is this?
What type of dance? Hip hop dance, choreographed dance.
Okay. Choreograph, hip hop, break dancing, things like that.
Somewhat like that.
I see. Okay, all right. Interestingly, you represented a state for a sports competition.
That was like during primary school. I played ping pong for up to the state level when I was in primary school.
Ah.
I haven't played for a while now.
I see.
I'm not that
Okay,
good
all right.
anymore.
There's a lot of things, all of you were doing a lot in your previous schools and so on and so forth. I'm quite sure there's a lot that's not being done anymore as well. All right, so you prefer to be called Krit, is it? K-R-I-T?
T, yes, double T. I mean, I prefer to spell it out with K-R-I-T-T.
K-R-I-T-T. Awesome, thank you.
It's not a big difference. But okay, thank you.
Still, but yeah, it's still your name. So you have all the right to then decide how you should be called. Thank you, Krit. I will assume Sa'ad will be called Sa'ad. All right, I will go to the last one first before I come back to El Alam. And that is if I find out that is the right way to pronounce your name. But anyway. Okay, I will go to, who was it just now? Winky, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Is your camera on? I can't see you.
So,
all right. Awesome. I can see you now. So I do not know why Aaron's microphone is on.
I think you already did Winky. So,
sorry?
You already did Winky, like last week.
Oh, okay. Did I?
You can go check the nicknames.
Oh yeah, I think I did. By the looks of it. But Winky is still here. Winky, did I do yours last week already?
Yeah, I have to do the introduction, but my Wi-Fi have connection problems, so yeah.
Okay, but you still went through all your 3 statements,
Haven't.
Oh, haven't yet. So yeah, Aaron. So it looks like I still need to do it. All right, Winky, introduce yourself and go through your 3 statements, please.
Okay. My name is Kong Winky. I'm 18 years old. I'm Malaysian and I came from Perak.
Your 3 statements, please.
I have lost 2 puppies when I was 6. I have participated in 10 km marathon. I sang in front of 10,000 people.
Okay, all right. So everyone can start voting which one you think is a dream or a wish. If the first one is a wish, I do not know what to say. That means you wish to lose 2 puppies when you were 6, but that looks, yeah, but anyway. All right, so I'm leaning probably more towards the last statement being to sing in front of 1,000 people. But anyway, so based on the votes, only 10 of you voted. Look at how participative you guys are. Only 13 of you voted, 14, not even 14. That is like a sad face. All right, so a bit more leaning towards statement number 3. So Winky, which one is the dream or wish?
The second one.
The second one. You have not run in a marathon at all before?
Have, but doesn't have program.
I see. Okay, all right. There's a lot of marathons going on now anyway. Of course, you need to do it virtually, whereby you run on your own, but then you still get a medal and stuff. So I guess those are one of the things that you can try out and maybe try out with your friends as well. You have sang in front of 1,000 people before?
Yeah, at school.
What did you sing?
Chinese songs, like the Chinese New Year stuff.
I see. What was the event about?
Celebrating Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year. Okay, all right, awesome. What happened here? You lost not just 1 but 2 puppies when you were 6.
Yeah.
They just passed away on their own, or they left you. You do not know where they are. What happened?
They passed away by their own.
I see. You didn't know what happened.
They just go out, then the car.
Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, so well, things happen. So thank you, Winky. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask, which part of Perak are you from?
Near Ipoh.
Near Ipoh. Okay, all right. Thank you, Winky. Last but not least, hopefully El Alam is able to do it. Let's just get yours done with. Are you there? Is your internet better now?
Hello, sir. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Okay, all right. Yeah, I can see you. I can hear you.
Okay,
So what was the issue? What was the issue with you swearing earlier? What the heck?
I was using my laptop. Okay, I don't have an internet in the apartment yet, so I'm using the data on my phone. So it's like a bit.
All right. Okay, no problem. Let's do this nice and quick. Introduce yourself and go through your 3 statements.
Okay, so my name is Ilalam. I'm from Libya. For anyone who don't know Libya, it's in Africa. Okay, I'm 17 years old. Okay, and the statements are that I've played basketball for 5 years. I traveled alone when I was 10 years old. I started driving when I was 12. Okay, I went to the US.
Okay, all right. I'm torn between the first and the last one, but everyone can start identifying which one is the dream or wish. El Alam. So that's what you prefer to be called?
You can call me just Alam, sir. No need for
Alam is fine, right?
Yeah, Alam is fine.
Alam. So let me just update that. It's Alam.
A-double-L-A-M.
A-double-L-A-M.
Yeah, exactly.
Alam. Oh, I forgot to ask Winky earlier, but I'm assuming it's, oh yeah, it's already updated here, Winky. Okay. Anyway, where are you now, Alam?
I'm in Malaysia.
Oh, currently you're in Malaysia. I see.
Yeah.
So you were born and raised in Libya.
Yeah.
What is a neighboring country to Libya? I don't really know countries neighboring to Libya, I guess.
Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria.
I see. So you guys speak mainly what there?
Arabic.
Arabic. Okay, okay. All right. Oh yeah, so that means this is North Africa, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So there are 11 of your friends who identified the third statement being the dream or wish. Which one is the dream or wish?
Yeah, the wish is that I to go to the US. It's like one of my dreams.
I see. All right. Well, after you're done with foundation, you can start working on it.
Yeah, yeah.
You played basketball for 5 years. When this is what, during high school?
Yeah. Yeah, during mid school and high school.
Okay, this club sounds like it's not part of school, right? It's something outside of school.
Yeah. It's like outside of school, yeah.
Okay, all right. So you have to play like in a league and so on and so forth. And
yeah, something like this, yeah.
okay, what's the second one about?
I traveled alone when I was 10 years old. Yeah, I went to the UK like for study to get to learn English. And I started driving at 12, which is like and that time I have older brothers, but at that time they were traveling to different countries. So like I was the only one with my father, and he was like working a lot. So I was needed to learn how to drive, so I can drive my mother, sisters. Yeah.
Wow. But yeah. Anyway, I'm assuming you already have your license now.
Not yet.
But you're still happily driving everywhere.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Alam.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So let's go to your timetable. Sorry, let's go to your attendance, and we'll call it a day. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Let me just change this so that you can still take your attendance. 8:30, 8:45. All right. Here you go. So once you're done, that's it for class today. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, everyone. I will see you on Thursday.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. See you guys.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
All right, you too. Bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Take care. Bye bye.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Sir, could you help me to take my attendance? I can't sign in.
You couldn't sign in. What happened?
Yeah, I'm not sure why. It shows me attendance failed.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm updating it now. Okay, done.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Sir. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, my attendance is failing.
Yeah. 10 a.m. Oh, yeah, Jamil, what was it?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know, sir. It's not.
All right. Please go and find out if there's any issue with you taking attendance. And if it is, then please contact admin, yeah?
Okay.
All right,
For
take
now,
care,
you
bye.
can do it for me.